Hello everyone, Artist Charles Wolf here, back again for another painting video. For those of you who watch my channel and like me painting landscapes, I'll be doing another one here very shortly for you. But I've been on such a roll with these abstracts that I figured why not do another one for you today. I'm going to start out here with some Ultramarine Blue. You can see I put a little bit of water onto my canvas, and I'm using a large 3-inch brush. So sometimes you'll be painting a painting and you will get to the final part of it and you'll realize, I just don't like the way this is looking. I don't like the way it turned out. It wasn't effective. The colors didn't mesh the way you were hoping they would. And that's okay. So when that happens, don't throw away your canvases. By all means, don't do that. Put them to the side, think about them a little bit, and then come up with something new that you can paint right over the top of it. Today I have this painting here, this 12-inch by 24-inch canvas that I created sort of a coral reef design, but with the wrong colors, with reds and pinks. And reds and pinks don't go together that well, to be honest. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I painted it. And so I just didn't like the way it was turned out, so I said, you know what, that's okay, I'm going to put it aside, and in the future I will come back to this canvas and I'm going to get to reuse it. One of the nice things is that when you have paint already on the canvas, it just makes the whole piece seem that much richer. And in fact, if you have the right kind of paint, sometimes the translucency of it will allow some of the background to show through a little bit. Here's some Phthalo Green that I'm mixing into that Ultramarine Blue, by the way. So today, I'm going to cover up this entire front of this canvas, and the sides, of course, with the Phthalo Green and with the blue. And I'm going to cover the entire thing. We don't want any of the background color showing through too strongly. In a few spots it will. And that pink is going to give a nice, slightly purple hue to the whole cast of the blue and the green. And you can see I've divided it, more green on one side, more blue on the other. Ultramarine Blue is a very rich, deep blue. Phthalo Green is a nice seafoam green. And the two blend together very nicely. I like the way in which the overall effect is very rich and very deep. Blend these out and trying to remove some of the excess brushwork here. Getting a nice smooth background for the next step. I'm only going to be using 3 colors today for this abstract, and this is going to be an abstract that is based loosely on my piece Aurora. You got to see that painting in my how to do a gloss varnish video. If you haven't seen that already, I'll put a link below, and you should definitely check that out. And so I thought I would give a demonstration on how to paint a very similar looking style of abstract that's very atmospheric and really be a fantastic piece of art for your own home. Okay, blending a little more here. While you're going along here, don't forget to paint the edges of your canvas. You can see how easily the acrylic paint will cover up another layer of paint. The red and the pink are now all gone, and a nice field of color to work against. A little more blue in a few spots, just going to blend this out a little more. Get a nice gradation from the blue intersecting with the green. Just about ready to start the next step. Okay, take your bright brush and grab some of the Aqua Green, a good amount. We're going to start here on the bottom left corner and very lightly run this upwards in a very long line of paint. We're going to grab some more of that paint down below and pull upwards, allowing it to blend as we do all the way to the top. And again, grabbing a little more of the paint, very thick here at the bottom. Not going to blend this into the canvas. We're going to allow it to sit on top of the other paint and have a nice, chunky, bulky texture to it. A little more here, starting over a little more. Giving it a nice atmospheric effect of having the dark sections right next to the light. A little more of the paint at the top, blending to the corner. Trying to figure out how much farther I need to go over. A little more of the paint here in the center. Connecting over but not going as high to the left. Forming what look like long ice shards. Blending upwards here. Very dirty brush at this point. Trying to break up this background a little bit. Okay, a little more of the Aqua Green. Put it right here in the center. Intensify the color there. Bring that over a little bit. Giving my brushwork loose. Very light touch on the canvas. Really allow the paint to run off the brush. Don't grind it into the canvas at all. I'm really barely touching the canvas with my actual brush bristles. When I'm blending, I'm pressing a bit harder. But for the actual application of the pure color, we want to use a very, very light touch. Some more of the Aqua Green. It's going to be our highlight color for this entire abstract. It's a pretty simple abstract in conception. Really just two colors, the darker background blue and Phthalo Green, and then the lighter highlights of the Aqua Green. And that's really it. It's pretty simple. A little more here, blending that over a little more. I suppose I could have left the entire right hand side that deep blue. That would have looked very nice, but instead in the moment I decided to go with a little more of the Aqua Green here, blending that out for some contrast. Either way would have looked nice. Now I'm just blending this lightly together, adding some variation. A little more of the bright Aqua Green there at the top, and here as well. I really want it to contrast with the darker area on the left. And a little more here. In a moment I'm going to go back and bring some more of the darker color in. I think I got a little bit too light with this area overall. So this bottom right hand side where I'm painting right now, I am going to go back and bring in a darker mix of color before the end. Blending this upwards, light brushwork, sort of scooping the paint up as I'm going. Blending a little more here. Alright, let's recapture some of the darker section here. I'm going to start with some Phthalo Green and then introduce some more of the Ultramarine Blue. Blending here with my bright brush. Got a little bit too light with all of the Aqua Green I put on there. Want some more contrast, so we're going to go back into the Ultramarine Blue, a lot of it, and really make this darker if we can. Start here with the blue, blend it out, working in layers as we go along. Blending this upwards. Gonna mix together some more of the Ultramarine Blue and the Phthalo Green, get that nice dark mixture. Put it on right here. Again, just put a little too much of the Aqua Green and need some more contrast, so the way to do that is just to layer on more paint. I could dry it off completely and then put on some more paint over it, and that is one approach, but I like the slightly more blended effect. A little more blue. Gonna blend that up here. Long, smooth brush strokes. Some more blue up here at the top. I really love the contrast between the bright burst of the aqua against the dark, dark bluish green in the back. It's very striking in person, especially when you see it on the wall. When you walk in, it just jumps at you, and it really is a nice, bold statement for an abstract. Okay, I'm going to bring back a little bit of the aqua, not too much. It's very easy to overdo this. Trying to be careful. At this point, you would never know that there was a completed painting underneath that didn't look nearly as nice, and it's amazing to me how well the acrylic paint will just cover up what's below. It's so simple and so easy to do, so never waste your canvases, always reuse them. Definitely can be covered up and reused. Covered up and reused. Just a few more touches here and there, and we're basically done at this point. Thank you so much for everyone who is watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be back with more painting videos very soon.